Hello and welcome back to my channel. The other day me and my partner Laura went for a walk and we ended up going into a number of charity shops, and as happens I came home with a small pile of books, so I thought I would do a small haul for you today of what I found. So first up, the first book I came across is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. I've been meaning to read a lot more sci-fi because I'm really into fantasy but not read a lot of sci-fi, and I've heard lots of people saying that this is one of those if you like sci-fi you must read this kind of books. Certain back, it's a kick-ass space opera, so yeah. It seems to be about a humanity that's colonised the solar system and Mars and the moon and beyond, but so yeah, I'm quite curious as to how this pans out. And it's the first in a series, so if I like it, there's more to check out. The next book I picked up, I didn't know anything about when I first saw it, but one glance at the cover was enough to tell me I had to have it. Plus, it was only £1.50, so I had to. It's called Company of Liars by Karen Maitland. It's set in 1348 in England during the Great Plague, so it's the bubonic plague, which I've been quite interested in lately. I can't possibly think what could have sparked that particular interest. But yeah, it seems to be a bunch of misfits on the run trying to escape the plague. But it also talks about a curse, so I don't know if it's got some speculative elements as well, or if it is just pure historical fiction. Either way, I am definitely interested in reading this quite soon. The next one was one that I'd seen recommended on BookTube a couple of years back by Katrina over at Little Book Owl. And I think I might have seen a couple of other people talking about it as well, but she's the one I remember. And that is The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jonasson, which is about a 100-year-old man on his birthday in an old people's home going, I don't want to have cake and meet the mayor, and climbs out of the window and goes on an adventure, which sounds like such a fun story. I don't know if this is based on a true story or if it is completely fiction, but either way it sounds like a fun read, so I'm looking forward to this one. Next up, another one I've seen all over BookTube and lots of people talking about, so had to pick it up, and that is One of Us is Lying by Karen N. McManus, and yes, I have started reading this one. I read her other book, Two Can Keep a Secret, last year and enjoyed it. If you haven't heard what this is about, it's a YA thriller about 5 teenagers in detention and one of them dies. It appears to be an accident, at least it does at the point I'm up to, but obviously one of them is not telling the truth about what happened. So yeah, it seems to be told in multiple first-person point of view, which is not something I've personally read a lot of, so and I like the sprayed edges. I think it's very pretty. So yes, looking forward to getting further on with this one. Next up is a bit of an odd choice. It's a historical book, history book, basically. Rogues, villains and eccentrics, an A to Z of roguish Britons through the ages. And yeah, it just sounded fun. Some interesting people who I can draw from when developing characters, and also, as it's set out in alphabetical order, of course I flipped to the R section, and yes, there is if I can find the page, here we go, Alfred Arthur Rouse, 1893 to 1931, commercial traveller, bigamist, womaniser and perpetrator of the Blazing Car murder, for which he was hanged. I am always interested when I find famous people who share my surname, because I've not found very many. I found a Richard Rouse, who was the last man boiled alive in Britain. I can't remember the exact year, but it would have been mid 1500s because Edward VI was on the throne. Oh no, it must have been earlier than that. Edward VI outlawed the practice, so must have been early 1500s. And I have found a John Rouse, I think that's right, who was hung, drawn and quartered. I don't know if I am related to any of these people, but it amuses me that there's a connection. And sorry, the pile just fell over. Finally, I have a piece of basically historical fluff, The Virgin's Lover by Philippa Gregory. I know I said in my AuthorTube newbie tag that I'm not a big fan of romance. The one exception to that appears to be historical romance, because again, it's not just about the romance plot. There's enough historical stuff to keep my interest. And this is about Queen Elizabeth I and one of her alleged lovers. Yeah, I've read some of Philippa Gregory's other stuff and quite enjoyed them. So I thought I'd give it a go. Sometimes you're just in the mood for something light and fluffy with no real substance to it. And it was £1. I don't know if you can see that, so I snapped it up. And then that is all of them. I mean, in total, the most expensive one was £2.50, and in total it only cost me £9.75 for the 6. So even if I don't like all of them, I think that's well worth it, because I have spent more than that on a single book before now. So that is my wrap up. Oh, no, that is all of the books that I hauled. If you like this video, please let me know. If you'd like me to do more haul videos, again, let me know. I'm always buying books. There's going to be more hauls if you want them. So yeah, and I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye. The first book I found was Leviathan. I can say that word. The first book I found was Leviathan. At least I'm going to have some good outtakes. Who's even by? Was Lethia. I found was Leviathan. Leviathan.